I like to serve online here at South Point because I'm able to reach out to others and be able to have that one-on-one contact with them in the chat, because you just never know who's going through what, and being able to actually talk with them in real time to pray for them or what have you, you're able to do that. I serve because it's a command that God gives us to serve, and I have gifts that I like to share with the community.
I love to serve because it gives me an opportunity to give back to the community and actually help set the atmosphere for the church. I've been serving in the ministries probably over 30 years off and on, but here at South Point, about 6.5 months or so. And what keeps me coming back is when I asked interest about sound, it wasn't, well, you need to get on a waiting list, or, well, we'll try out this, that, and the other. It was that next day, it was like, Tim said, come on in, and we got a spot for you. And then under Sharon and Joe, they just opened the door, said, okay, here's what you need to do, and here's how you do it. And they even get enough confidence to say, hey, here, just stand up and do it yourself. So the family part of it made it worthwhile, and that kind of keeps me coming back.
So I serve because, one, I believe in what God is doing at South Point Church and the people that work here, and I would just want to be a part of that. Also, I have moved a lot in my life, and so I've been to a lot of churches, and I just realized how important it is to be seen when you show up to church. And so at the welcome table, I get a chance to greet people, and hopefully they get a chance to feel seen at church, and then they get to be a part of what this awesome team here at South Point is doing. I have served for 10 years at South Point Church, and I continue to serve because, one, they make it easy, but again, it's just about the people for me and feeling connected, and also getting the opportunity to help other people feel connected.
I serve mainly because, one, we're called to do it, and two, this is the next generation. And they always say that the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. And if these kids are going to be the ones teaching our kids about Jesus, we need to make sure we're doing a good job. The kids itself make it really meaningful when you can see them come out of class and smile, give you a little fist bump, and you see them out in public and their faces light up. So like, just loving them is really what makes it meaningful, because they make you feel like you're doing a good job. And it just feels right, you know?
I love to serve. I like to see the people come and to welcome them into the church and just watch the smiles that come on their face. It is really, really enjoyable. I have served for 80 years. I enjoy just being around the people and enjoying to see how they are, especially with the little ones. When they come up for the donut holes and the hot chocolate or whatever they get, the smile that comes on my face, that keeps me serving, just to see the happy faces come on the people.
Serving is meaningful to me because I like serving with the people. I like my light shining so brightly through me from God that it inspires other people to serve. So when I started, I followed with my dad. He saw people serving, so he decided he wanted to do it. So he started helping set up when we were at the movie theaters. And I started with wrapping up the cables. And then Tim, he told me, he was like, hey, how about you help? So I started running camera or helping with the little kids. And that's how I came to camera. And then we moved here, and I just really like the setup, so I continue to do camera. I have served and continue to serve because of the people I get to serve beside, the way they treat me, the way we honored God.
I'm in the kids ministry, so kindergarten through 5th grade. I've been serving for about 7 years now, started in cafe, and then just felt the kids was a better fit for me. Seeing the kids' faces as they come into church every Sunday, they're excited to be there, they're excited to see all the leaders and to learn about God and Jesus. Why we keep serving is just giving back, doing something good for others, loving like Jesus loved others.
I've got 3 small children, and I love to cultivate an opportunity for them to serve. I like them to see that I'm serving. I like for them to wake up on Sunday morning excited to come into the church, to do more than just pew sit, but to sit and to really lend their individual and unique talents. And I like for them to see me do it as well. We really do wake up on Sundays looking forward to coming in and contributing, and sometimes even in the drive over, my daughters will, they'll say something like, maybe I'll try something new. I'll bag the donuts today, or I'll be at the door with you, Dad, if you will let me. And I just enjoy those kinds of conversations, that there's a delight. We're really walking into the house of the Lord with joy and with a heart of trying to give and to serve.
Just all the need in the world, and that can feel really overwhelming for the difference I want to be able to make. And sometimes it makes me feel like, oh my gosh, well, I don't even know where to start. Like, how could I possibly make a difference? Like, there's so many areas of the world that need help and need support, and there are people that are hurting. And so I feel like serving at church is like one really small way that at least I can take a practical step, and maybe that'll lead me to other ways that I can make a difference. I think serving is meaningful to me because I feel as though, I have received so much from being a part of South Point Church, and just, that if I can play a part in somebody else having an experience with God, having an encounter with God, and that if I can contribute to somebody else's walk with God and, in some small way, that I feel like I'm giving back to what I've received, and I also feel like God, calls us to do that, to be, it's how we are His hands and feet, right? And so I feel like it's meaningful for me in that way.
I serve because I believe that every person has been given some sort of gift from God, and it's, for me, an honor to give that gift back to God and to, use it in His house to make His name famous. And so it's also something I really enjoy. It's one of the things I look forward to every single month. So yeah, I absolutely love it. True story, on a cruise ship, and I see people and they're like, hey, you sing at that church, right? And they tell me a story about how a song that we sang blessed them, or tell me that they were feeling really down, but then the team sang a song that encouraged them in some way. It's like, wow, this is way bigger than what we could ever imagine. This is real life change. And then also the fact that we're leading songs that people are then singing themselves and declaring those words over themselves. So you might come in feeling down, but then you leave like, oh, okay, I have God's peace. I'm gonna see a victory, and you're encouraged. It just is so powerful when you realize what you're doing is so much bigger than just you.